It's Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. We have a tropical system. It's not even a tropical depression yet, but it is going to cause a lot of flooding for this area here. So I would be prepared for some possible major flooding in southern Louisiana. And we actually have some severe weather over here to talk about today. Then we have just a lot of flooding over the whole U.S., and we've been seeing a lot of severe weather in this area, even though we haven't been having like really significant risks. Then our long-term severe weather is going to be right in this area. It's just going to start around here, over here in Iowa, in that area. It's just going to slide down and cause a lot of severe weather in this area, and it could have a significant tornado threat. I'll talk about all of that today. Okay, first we're going to talk about the severe weather for today. We have a slight risk, and that's driven by a damaging wind threat and a tornado threat. You can see here we have a tornado threat. Right here we have a 5% chance of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of any given point in Chicago or near Chicago. It could easily move to Chicago. And then we have the main areas being Wisconsin and Illinois. Then we have a damaging wind threat too, and that's a 15% chance. Same thing within 25 miles of any given point. And we also have a hail threat. And the biggest hail threat is actually reserved for over here, and that's the same. We have a wind threat, and I don't think we have that big of a tornado threat, but I would still be weather aware because we still have damaging winds and large hail as a threat. So just be weather aware today if you're in any of these areas. And we actually have a big marginal risk here that covers several states. So be weather aware if you're in any of these risks. Now I'm going to talk about the flooding, the possible major flooding. You can see we have a slight risk here, a slight risk here, and a slight risk here. We already have a marginal risk for a tropical storm. And then if we go to the day 2, it's a slight risk already in Louisiana. Day 3 gets worse. We have a moderate risk for Louisiana. And then day 4, we still have a slight risk for Louisiana. I wouldn't be surprised if any of these slight risks get upgraded to a moderate risk. We're in the marginal risk the whole time. We never get in the slight risk. And then day 5, the slight risk is still there, and it's going down to a portion of Kentucky, but not really our area of Kentucky. So I would just watch out for major flooding in Louisiana. And it could be as bad as the flooding that we had in Texas the other day. That was very serious flooding. So just be hyper weather aware if you are in this area of Louisiana, especially if you live in a flood prone area. Same here. This area is somewhat close to the Appalachian Mountains, so that's gonna be concerning because there's so many hills and there's a lot of potential for flash flooding. Now I'm going to talk about the long-term severe weather. So the major severe weather really starts around the 19th on Saturday. You can see we have supercell composite numbers already around 8. That's concerning. And also we actually have some areas in the area with high supercell composite. The surface-based CAPE is also up there, like at above 4,000, and anything above 1,500 is very concerning. And then I'm not going to point out every little storm, but you can just see it just stays, and it just every single day it sparks up a new storm. So basically everybody in this area is going to have a lot of severe weather. In our area, I'm not that concerned for. We will have some general severe weather here and there, but it's not going to be that much at all. But as we go farther, maybe into later August, we might get a more concerning setup to where we do have a lot of severe weather. One more thing I want to talk about is tomorrow we have a very limited severe weather threat for our area. The tornado threat is very low. It's just up here. If you're in this area, I'd be weather aware for an isolated tornado or two. The main threat is damaging winds, pretty much the only threat actually. So if you're in this area, anywhere in this marginal risk, I'd watch out for just very isolated damaging winds. And then the hail threat is, there's no hail threat. Here's the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and as you can see, we're going to be above average, really hot in our area. You can see we only have a few areas that are below average. This is just because the troughs aren't going that far down this time of year, and that's why we're seeing a lot of severe weather over here. And you can actually see, I'll show you the precipitation outlook in a little bit, and you can actually see on the precipitation outlook, it's pretty much the same exact area. We're going to see much above average precipitation. Here's the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, and you can see we're seeing above average precipitation right where we're going to see a lot of severe weather. So if you're in this area, you're going to be under the gun for a lot of severe weather. And then over here, you're going to be dealing with wildfires. And then here is because the tropics here, we're going to see a lot of rainfall from that. And that is all the weather talk I have for you today. Please subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on. That way you don't miss out on any new videos. This is going to be a very active summer in terms of severe weather. If we ever have severe weather in our area, David Powell will be going live with Weather and Wisdom, so check out his channel. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.